Hello everybody and welcome to another Crochet with Cris. This video is the third video in a sequence to show you how to make this wonderful half double crochet head hugger hat. This hat is found, the pattern is found on headhuggers.org, which is a charitable project to get these hats into the hands of chemo patients. People are asked to sew, knit, and crochet various different types of hats, and they have a plethora of patterns on their website. So I do have permission to do a video tutorial of this hat, so check out the links down in the doobly-doo. If you are on my blog and you have no idea what a doobly-doo is, then I will also have the links there on the blog post. So with that said, this video is picking up with row 6. There are two other videos that cover the start through row 3. Row 4 and 5 is the second video, and now we're starting with row 6 for this video. So if you haven't already and you want, I would highly suggest going back and watching those first few videos. And then for those of you who have watched them and are ready to get going, let's get cranking out on row 6. Head back. I have to say that styrofoam head was an awesome purchase. Alright, so the other row, this row here is row 6. Like the others, it is going to start out with a chain 2. And the pattern sequence within the row has changed. It is 2 half double crochets in a same stitch, followed by 4 half double crochets, one in each of the next 4 stitches. This is 6 per pattern. We need to end up with 60, so we got to do that sequence 10 times around. So they got the first half double crochet, which is that chain 2. I'm going to tug here to see that stitch, and that's where my hook is going to go to do the first real half double crochet stitch. But it starts, that's my count of 2. I'm going to follow with a half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So here's 3, half double crochet number 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is one sequence of the pattern within this row. So it starts with 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, followed by a half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. Getting some yarn out of my ball here. So let's go ahead and do that again. 7 and 8 go together in the next stitch because we're doing that sequence. There's 7 and 8. Then 9, 10, 11, and 12 are individual stitches. There's 9, 10, 11, and 12. We've done our sequence twice. Let's do it again. 13 and 14 go together. 15 is by itself. 16 is by itself. 17 is by itself. And 18 is by itself. So 19 and 20 are together. 21, 22, 23, and 24 are by themselves. This is 22, 23, and 24. So we've done our sequence 4 times now. Note 24 divided by 6 is 4. That's how I know. So 25 and 26 go together. So that means 27 is by itself. 28 is by itself. 29 is by itself. And 30 is by itself. So 31 and 32 are together in the same stitch. 33 is by itself. 34 is by itself. 35 is by itself, and 36 is by itself. Now we've repeated 6 times. We have 4 more sequences that we need to get through. Oh, you can kind of see my seam on that shot. There you go. You know, don't get discouraged. You're going to find the more that you do it, the more you're going to be able to see the multiples in your head and know exactly when the pattern shifts. These rows right now are just increasing the size, but not, if you increase by putting 2 in every stitch, every row, you would end up with a very odd shape. So this is a way that you're crocheting in the round to keep a nice round piece. You know, if you look at this, this is an awesomely round piece. And that's pretty much how it's going to stay. Obviously this is going to be the max my seam is. So let's keep going. It's 36 is where we ended. So it means 37 and 38 are going to be together. Then 39 is by itself, 40 is by itself, 41 is by itself, and 42 is by itself. 43 and 44 go into a stitch together. 43, there's 44, 45 by itself, 46 is by itself, 47 is by itself, and 48 is by itself. So 49 and 50 are together. 9, 50, and 51 is by itself. 52 is a stitch by itself. 53 and 54 are also by themselves. And we are awesomely close to 60, as we are awesomely close to the end of our repeat. So 55 and 56 are together in the same stitch. And we should have room for 4 more half double crochets. 2, 3, and 4 in that little snug up by the chain 2. We are good to go. And this takes us to 59 and to 60. Alright, now we're going to put our thumbnail in there to get that chain 2. Slide our hook in there to slip stitch and join. We're doing great, guys. We're ready to move on to the row 7, which is actually the last row that you increase on. So this is going to be the last row for this video, and then I'll pick up with the other rows and finishing the hat off. So let's get row 7. Like the others, it starts with a chain 2. And that first half double crochet, if you tug, whoop, we're going to see that little opening. That's where our stitch is, right in there. So now we have a count of 2 half double crochets in round 7. So if we look at our pattern, because we are still increasing, that means our multiple has got up to 7. So we do 2 half double crochets followed by a half double crochet in the next 5 stitches, and that is our repeat sequence for this row. So let's go ahead and do that once or twice, and then we'll work kind of quickly around. I'm going to kind of leave you on this one. Let's see. Let's see how it goes, and we'll see how I end up doing this video. I usually say things and then I end up spelling them out anyway. So we have 2 half double crochets, and we're going to follow that with 5 singles. So this is half double crochet number 3, 4, 5, then 6 and 7. And these are all going into stitches of their own. And we've finished that first sequence of 2 followed by 5 half double crochets. So we're going to do it again. So that was number 7. So that means half double crochet 8 and 9. Go into the same stitch, then 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 go into the same. So that was 8, 9, that was 10. It's by itself. 11 is by itself. Whoops. 12 is by itself, 13 is by itself, and 14 is by itself. Then at 15 and 16 we're starting the next sequence at. Notice the sequence ends at the multiple of the number of stitches. It's 15 and 16. So 17, 18, 19 again is by itself, 20 is by itself, and 21 is by itself. And notice 21 again is a multiple of 7, and that's where our sequence ends. So it means 22 and 23 are together. And then 24. Can you guess how many get? 25, 26, 27, and 28 are all by themselves. 28 being a multiple of 7 indicates we've ended the sequence again. My basket just slid. So that means 29 and 30 are in the same stitch. 31 through 35 are by themselves. So it's 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. We've ended another sequence. And then since it's 35, we've actually should be 35, which is halfway around. And we are, see? So that means 36 and 37 are together. It's 36, 37. Now we start them by themselves. There's 38 is by itself. 39 is by itself. 40 is by itself. 41 is by itself, and 42 is by itself. Now we're going to repeat the sequence. It's going to be between 43 and 49. So 43 and 44 together, and 45 through 49 are by themselves. So this is 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. You're going to find that once you master this increasing, hats become so much easier. So now we got what? 49, so 50 and 51 are together. 52 through 56 are by themselves. 52, 53, 54, whoops, 55, and 56. So that means 57 and 58 are together. Then 59 and 60 are by themselves. And 61, 62 is by itself, and 63 is by itself. Now 63 to 70 is your next sequence, so this should take you where you need to go. So 64 and 65 are together. Then the last 5 should take you here, and they will. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one's kind of hugging up in there. So awesome. That takes us to 70. And that means we are done with our increases. So, and that also means we're done with this video. Get my last one in there. And I want to slip stitch to join to end my row. And get my thumbnail in there, put my hook in, slip stitch and join.